इससे समझाओ।
विन ग्रिप टेक्नोलॉजी कुछ इस तरह सीमेंट को ग्रिप करता है बिल्कुल टाइट।
SRMB TMT चैंपियंस की पसंद।
Hi guys, are you all excited for the Indian T20 League 2021? Well, I am, and I have come across the great fantasy sports app called MIvsCSK, where you can use your cricket knowledge and skills to win in crores. The really unique feature about it is that what you can actually literally play with champions like Dada, Rahane, VVS Laxman on this app. Also, don't please hold your breath, because not only MIvsCSK have all these legendary cricketers on their app, they recently got the kings of energy and awesomeness on board. Ranveer Singh. Yeah, you heard it, that right. Ranveer Singh is on MIvsCSK. Download the app now.
This is Norman Kochnick here for Extra Time. I'm a little bit shocked. I don't know about you viewers. I gave Mumbai no hope towards the end there, but we forgot who Kieron Pollard is, who earns the big dollars. He is the big show, the so-called box office. Has just won. Mumbai has just won the game purely, really, by Kieron Pollard's 87 off 34, a strike rate of 255, 8 sixes and 6 fours. And the most outrageously good last over for him. Absolutely shocking over for Nagidi. I think Nagidi was actually thinking he was playing baseball, not cricket. Had he forgotten that you need to pitch the ball occasionally? He was basically throwing it mid-air to him. Really gave it to Pollard. Pollard had to just play leg side scoops or even leg side glances. He was getting the run. So it was ridiculously bad bowling, but very, very good batting. So Mumbai have got through the skin of their teeth against a CSK side that were red hot today, who really deserved to win, actually, but they didn't. I'm joined by 2 Bharat Army, and in fact, there are 3 N's here. There's a Naresh, a Nikhil, and a Norman. It's a triple N. So, I mean, we've heard of M&M's. This is N and N's. N and N.
Yeah.
So we've got a lot of N's going on here, and it didn't help CSK. Look, this was probably the match of the series so far. It's about time we had a match like this. We've had some pretty ordinary games of late, I must be honest, but this is fitting of a top 4. And these 2 teams are clearly top 4, along with Delhi Capitals and obviously RCB, despite their thumping by Punjab Kings the other night. They're your top 4, hands down. I don't think anyone deserves to be in the top 4. This was top shelf, this game. 2 teams scoring well over 200. Honestly, I don't think any of the other sides would have gone close to them today. And Mumbai Indians, my God, that's why they were number 1. That's why they won the last 2 years. This was a game they should not have won. Really, Sam Curran bowled out of his skin. Nagidi has been hit. Nagidi's, 15 runs off his 4 overs. Oh, God. Shocker. CSK stuffed up, didn't they, really? Their bowling lineup, this guy should not have been last over. It should not have been last over. All right, Naresh, what's your take on this?
Norman, this is what you call the champions are made up of, both the sides. They both are actually champion sides. That's why they share 8 trophies amongst the 13. And only they can produce this quality of fast-paced game. Coming to your point on Nagidi not bowling the last over or Dhaval Kulkarni not bowling the last over for Mumbai, the pace is so fast. The captains are making those instant decisions because the batsmen are just whacking them. More than 100 runs in 8 overs is what CSK got when they batted, purely because of Rayudu getting them back after losing 3 quick wickets. And here, Pollard repeating that at a much faster pace. So, it's not, you call it high octane or that energy game. This is what you can witness. Probably one of those top drawer IPL season games, you will get in these 14 years. That's the kind of cricket and the brand of cricket both the sides have played. If they sit down and diagnose and get into postmortem of the game, they will find a lot of mistakes what they made, like the team selection itself, like which bowler should bowl itself. But in the end, I think what they have given to us is a great classic game.
Honestly, when they were 50 runs off 24 balls or whatever it was, I thought, no hope. And even with Pollard there, I said, no. And amazingly, they even lost Nisham first ball. They had every reason not to win this. But Pollard, the audacity for him not to take singles, and he knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing. That he was as calm and collected as a daunting would have been at his peak. This was fabulous. I mean, it was rubbish bowling, absolute rubbish bowling.
But he didn't hit a single six in the last over. He scored those 16 runs, but not a single six he could hit. Nagidi was bowling actually all Yorker lengths. And I think Pollard read it early.
There was one six.
There was one. Sorry, the first. I think the second ball was a six. First ball was a dot. Yeah, and then the fours. Yeah.
But I mean, the two leg side deliveries which he clipped for four, they were awful balls. Yeah. Absolutely awful balls. Yeah. I'm surprised we didn't see a ball. They were not Yorker length. None of them were. Maybe the one that he hit two off was a bit closer. But Pollard, this is why he gets paid the money. Kieron Pollard, no wonder the West Indies want to make him captain of their side. He has to be in the T20 World Cup. He has to be. Yes. You can't not have this guy, especially if it's in India. He is potentially Pollard and perhaps say for example Andre Russell. Those two could win them a World Cup. They could be serious threats to India's World Cup if those two are in playing well. Heaven help India. They won't stop these two guys. Honestly.
And they love such situations, right? They love to be the finishers for their teams. They love these kind of situations, scoring at 200 strike rate, hitting sixes, looking for those balls to hit sixes. They don't mind giving a dot ball. That's the kind of game they play.
Really, I mean, you're right. There are no better finishers when they're on top than a West Indian batter. There are no better.
Yeah.
If there's 20 in the last over, they'll just go, I'll block two of them and hit the rest for six. I love that. I mean, a lot of players would have tried to run two off some of those singles, definitely, and would have gotten out. He didn't even think about it. I've got enough balls, no problems. Outrageous, absolutely. I mean, remember that famous inning? What was it? Ian Bishop said, "Remember the name." Remember the name. That was. I've forgotten his name actually.
Carlos Brathwaite. Yeah.
Carlos Brathwaite. I mean, I've met the guy. He's amazing. But he's 6'90" and he's like a colossus. And he just to stand there and deliver. Really, please, West Indians, please keep producing these guys. Don't send them to basketball. Don't send them to gridiron. Please keep. We need that. We need West Indian players. We need a Crisco. We need a Pollard. We need Bravo. We need Andre Russell. Please.
Norman, before the 2019 final happened, it was West Indies, New Zealand, where Brathwaite played that inning where they lost by 5 runs. Probably one of the best 50-over innings. Again, played by Carlos Brathwaite. He scored 100. That's what West Indies can give us.
Yeah, don't discount. I mean, I don't know where Carlos Brathwaite is at the moment, but he was in the BBL. He was doing well there. Every time he walked to the bat, people panicked. Even bring Cornwall in. Let him stand there with his big stomach and hit the ball. All right. Nikhil, I know you've been very quiet there. You're over there in Kolkata. Naresh is in Pune. The three ends as we are. Nikhil, come on. Let's have it. You look like Carlos Brathwaite.
So the end.
I'm going to call you Carlos Brathwaite.
You may call me so. So the encounter we saw, it's rightly termed as the El Clasico of the IPL. The encounter proved itself worthwhile. Such nail-biting finishes and such amazing encounters. When you have Pollard, the king of T20 cricket over there, you cannot certainly take a match out of the hands of the Mumbai Indians. As Norman said, after losing 3 quick wickets, Mumbai Indians were at complete back foot. But then carnage from Kieron Pollard started, and he took the game away from Chennai Indians in no time. And also, due credits need to be given to Sam Curran, who was quite impressive in bowling the 17th over as well, where he gave away just 2 runs and took Krunal Pandya's wicket, which shifted a momentum a bit towards CSK. But in the end, Mumbai Indians got over the line. for which could have been a super over as well due to the misfield
Yeah.
in near the boundary that the Mumbai Indians were able to cross the line. Otherwise, it would have been an a near perfect end to the El Clasico of the IPL.
Don't forget Moeen Ali bowled over. He got only one run in off him. Don't forget that.
Yeah, one
Yeah,
over, 1 run. Yeah, and got a wicket of Quinton de Kock.
of Quinton de Kock as well. Yeah,
Well,
even Moeen
okay.
Ali could have bowled the last over as well.
Actually, you know what? That would have been really smart. It was too easy. The giddy bowling these rank full tosses. They were just
Yeah,
being clipped for four. Why would you bowl a ball on almost leg stump with your fine leg up? It's the
exactly. He wasn't
easiest.
bowling according to field.
No, and I'm sorry. I'm not trying to brag, but I'm a pretty good batter. If the ball's on my leg stump full, and I had a leg slip up, or I would. It'd be money for jam. The most
You
elegant
should have.
little clip. All you did was just clip it. Really, it was as dead easy as that. It was gonna.
His line
Really,
and
some
length
of them
should have been outside the off stump.
there were no balls too. Some of them, they really were. I mean,
Yeah,
he got away with murder, but he kept bowling them. He didn't even seem to realise what he was doing. Awful. Actually, it was a really bad last over. Really bad. I mean, as you said, Moeen Ali would have been able to at least keep him down.
yeah, and 16 runs are quite much. So yeah, good quality bowlers would have been able to defend that. But as you said, Ngidi was bowling awful, giving full tosses, and giving balls right in the slot for Kieron Pollard as well. So it's Ngidi's mistake which cost Chennai Super Kings the game.
Norman,
Kieron
what?
Pollard. So just quickly, Kieron Pollard was in total control that last over. He hit two balls. He didn't run. So
Yeah,
effectively scored the 16 of four balls
4
for
balls.
the start. He knew what he was. He didn't even. How amazing is a person to not run and not panic and try to run twos? Take my hat off to Pollard. I don't think too many people could have done what Pollard did today. I really don't. He was in complete control. And even when he finished the game, he had this serious look about him. It was like it was no big deal. He wasn't ecstatic. It wasn't as if, it was like a big shock to his own system. He was shelling peas. Unbelievable.
he
Sorry,
was quite confident that he could hit those runs. And even when Jadeja was bowling to him, and in the over which he hit 3 sixes, Jadeja was trying to bowl, he was trying to bowl away from his body, but he clearly hit those balls away for sixes and not short sixes. They were quite long sixes. So that shows what the power Pollard possesses and what he can do.
his presence. It's Kieron Pollard's presence. I don't care
Yeah,
who you are as a bowler. You panic. You've got a colossus of a man who's sitting there like Gale at his best. Where do you bowl to these guys? You know you're in trouble, but you certainly don't bowl full tosses. You don't bowl. It's not baseball.
Yeah.
Actually, that was really bad last over. Again, as you said, Moeen Ali got 1 for 1. He took a wicket in that over, and very smart guy. He would have fired it into off stump. It would have restricted Pollard's ability to hit sixes. He would have hit fours maybe, but they could have stacked that offside field and forced Pollard to make a mistake and maybe got him out. So, really, the other person, even though Mumbai won the match, Chris Lynn, Chris Lynn's another person. He's the only non-West Indian that could have done this. Chris Lynn would have hit 3 sixes off those full tosses. He loves full tosses. But you've got to take your head off to Rayudu. He did very well. He gave Chennai the chance to be in that position in the first place. He batted really.
Yeah.
He hasn't done well all series really, so he certainly proved his weight in gold. Certainly, and the likes. Well, Dhoni yet again hasn't batted. Yet again, Dhoni hasn't batted.
yeah. When Chennai lost 3 wickets for 4 runs, it put Chennai completely on the back foot. But then the thunderstorm from Rayudu, he was hitting the ball all out of the park. and his 72 of 27 deliveries, gave Chennai that boost which they required. But we know what happened in the end. Carnage Pollard.
See, Faf du Plessis also did very well, and Moeen Ali did very well.
Yeah,
We
completely.
had what? We had 12, 16 sixes in the Chennai innings, and a further 10, 12.
14.
In fact, yeah, Mumbai hit less sixes. Interesting.
Yeah, quite
But then
interesting
again,
stat.
Pollard still hit eight sixes. Eight sixes. Oh my god! And we talk about strike rates not counting. They do when they play like that.
Yeah.
They're 255. Nourish.
I was just reading the comment. The injury to Deepak Chahar would affect the strategy of Chennai. Yes, definitely, because he is their leading wicket taker at this point of time. And then losing a bowler of Indian origin, who do they have in the reserves? And the gravity of the injury that needs to be seen. So yes, their plans would get impacted because he has been doing very well with the new ball. Coming to your point on Moeen Ali, Norman, he bowled 1 over, Jadeja bowled only three. That's four. And Mumbai used only Rahul Chahar four. They never bowled Krunal Pandya. Both captains' approach, they were reluctant to get spinners bowling more overs. In both the innings, we saw that. So Krunal Pandey actually played like a pure batsman, and in that case, Ishan Kishan was a better left-hander to play. But yeah, they played Krunal Pandey but never bowled him. They bowled Jimmy Neesham and Pollard 2 overs each. So if you see from the tactical perspective, there have been errors by both the captains.
So Deepak Chahar did bowl out his 4 overs though, didn't he?
Deepak Chahar bowled his 4 overs and left. He bowled at a stretch and left, so he's injured. But Rahul Chahar, who's his cousin brother bowling for Mumbai, he bowled 4 overs for Mumbai, but no other spinner was used.
Yeah. Okay. So what are they saying about the Deepak Chahar industry? I didn't. What are they saying?
Yeah. So will his injury impact CSK strategy? Yes, it will impact because he's done well with the new ball for them to start.
Well, Sam Curran should have bowled the last over.
Sam Curran bowled the last over. Yeah.
He should have bowled.
Should have. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look, Jadeja is so important. He should have bowled 4 overs. And look, even Pollard, he's man of the match, clearly. But even his bowling was sensational. And he got 6 hit off his 2 overs.
2 overs.
And took two crucial wickets of 2 balls.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, really, Pollard, my God, he'd be the first person he would be the first overseas player I would select. The man is too valuable. Even if he does nothing for most of the season, when it counts, he does something. Today counted. Today really.
He always produces that go-through innings, which shows what quality he possesses.
The way, I don't think I've seen too many batters handle the way he had that last over. To have two, it's only really Dhoni that's done that. Dhoni's the sort of guy that hits a ball.
Dhoni has done that, yeah.
Dhoni knows. If we got 6 balls, 4's enough. If I get 2 balls and dot balls, I'm not even going to blink. Really, I mean, but that ball that he hit the 6 off, the second last ball, that was a shocking delivery. Rule number 1: do not bowl full tosses. No matter how good you think that full toss is, a good batsman, it's money for jam. It's baseball. I mean, baseball is perfect. I actually played a game of cricket once in Australia in Adelaide on a winery, and we had 2 guys turn up who looked like they were rock and roll guys. They had black long hair, black t-shirt. I was chubby. I thought, who are these turkeys? They were baseballers. They went out to bat. They hit every ball in the middle. They cleared the chateau. A baseball hitting a ball, and Polo could have played baseball. It was just magic. You knew when Pollard, when they didn't take the single off the last ball or whatever it was on the 19th over, and Pollard won the first line, you knew he had it. 16, come on.
Yeah.
That's 3 hits for someone in form. Really.
The key at these moments are, to remain as calm as Pollard did and have confidence on himself, which, most of the finishers, they panic in such situations, and as a result, they don't get over the line.
You know what? I reckon, depending how many crores Mumbai Indians have left over, they should throw a couple of crores to him as a bit of a tip. Really, I mean,
Yeah.
we know they've got too much money in their pockets. Give it to this one. Pollard deserves it. Pollard,
Oh,
you would
yes, sir.
go.
He came into the side in 2010, so he's in his 11th year, So I'm sure, the franchisee values his presence, and definitely he's the most valuable player any franchisee could own for sure.
But it beggars belief how little international cricket he's played for the West Indies. Really, they to lure him back, they had even captaincy. Really, they had even captaincy because he probably said, "Why am I going to bother playing for the West Indies? You've done nothing for me. What do you want, Kieron?
Yeah.
You want to be captain? Do you want to be, you want to be on every billboard? What do you want?" That's what the West Indies would have said. The man, Chris Gale, Pollard, Bravo on his day, Carlos Braithwaite, for God's sake. Russell. No. Viv Richards. Oh, my God. Viv Richards would have got that in 2 balls. Maybe not 16, but, Viv Richards.
Yeah.
Honestly, the best. You guys are a bit young. Viv Richards, the best batter I've ever seen hit a ball. Nothing bothered him. Doesn't matter where you bowled. He's chewing gum. No helmet. Let me have it.
Yeah.
The man was the best ever. Oh, my God. If Viv Richards was playing now, he'd be paid at 300 crores. For sure. I'd pay him that much just to turn up. Just to walk out to bat. Get Viv Richards just to walk out to bat. I don't want to see him bat. I want to see him just walk out to bat. The arrogance, the swagger, the chewing gum, no pads. He scared the living daylights out of every bowler. And he was a relatively small man. He scared the living daylights. I think Pollard's the same. I'd be scared if he walked out in front. I think, oh my God, this is a waste of time. Oh, I love this game. Mumbai Indians, we keep saying they're not playing well. At least I have been saying that. No, they play like this, they're going to beat anyone. Really. No team would have stopped them. 2 important things about a match, about a team, is the opening batters, as the top 3, I should say, and the death bowler. They're your keys. Really, they're your keys.
Yeah.
I mean,
They provide the momentum, which define the match.
Absolutely. I mean, just to see Rohit Sharma, he was smiling from ear to ear. He couldn't believe what he was saying. It was too easy. And then everybody mobbed Kieron Pollard like he won lotto or something. And he was just calm. Okay, guys, all right, have your fun. Let's do it. Oh, I love this. This is why you watch. This is why you watch IPL. This is what you want to see.
Yeah.
I mean, look, both Sam Curran and Dhoni weren't used in the CSK innings. CSK, again, they lost today, but boy, oh boy, they keep pulling the best out of players who you wouldn't have expected to do well. Moeen Ali, even Suresh Raina at this age, Fab to Plessis, these blokes shouldn't be doing as well as they are. I mean, Plessis got yet another 50. And his strike rate was 178. KL Rahul should watch Fab to Plessis. Honestly. Yeah. KL Rahul should be, because he's missing the trick. The model opening, the best opening bat in the series has been to Plessis. Yeah.
The reason why KL Rahul bats conservatively is, the Punjab Kings middle order really haven't clicked, and he knows if he gets out, there's very little chance that they can recover. So he bats conservatively in the first 6 overs, and as we saw in yesterday's game, after the 6 overs, he tried to play shots and hit sixes and ultimately improved that strike rate, and he improved his game yesterday, so he should keep doing like that.
It's all up here. It's got nothing to do with talent, ability to hit, nothing to do with any of that. It's all up there. Pollard, I'd love to be in his head for that last over. He would have stood and go, come on, throw it at me, mate. Let's see you go. Give me 2 or 3. That's all I need, mate. The rest you can bowl anywhere. Just give me 2 or 3, and you're gone. And really, I mean, the Giddy, Space Cadet, that last over, I mean, look, I've been knocking Meredith and Richardson for Punjab, and admittedly Meredith bowled a bit better last innings. I'll give him that. But Meredith in the same situation would have bowled the same crap. They're not experienced. Mentally, they can't handle it. They're too inexperienced. Really, Moeen Ali, I would love to have seen what would have happened in Moeen Ali bowled. Pollard would have still hit some sixes. We can't deny that, but he may not have got across the line. We don't know. In fact, I'm trying to remember an innings where Pollard had to get a score and failed in that last over. I don't remember ever that being the case. Every time
normally he doesn't. Yeah.
Every time he's in a
Even I don't
situation,
remember.
or Andre Russell.
Yeah. Well, I remember an instance at Eden Gardens in 2019 where RCB was playing KKR and Moeen Ali got to bowl the last over to Andre Russell, where 23 were required of 6 odd balls, and he defended that, and RCB eventually won by 10 runs. So yeah, that could have been a trick over here. But as Naresh said, both the captains went on with a mindset. But some mindsets need to be changed and chopped as the situation of the game changes. You need to change the strategies as per the game, or else sometimes it backfires as it did today.
Really, Moeen Ali, or for that matter, Jadeja, would have handled it. Jadeja's actually a very clever man. He wouldn't have been
Very
mentally
clever.
overawed. He wouldn't have been mentally overawed by bowling to Pollard. He would have enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was this? Yeah, Rash.
Yeah, no, that's the comment. Due to the small ground, they were nervous for bowling spinners. Yeah, that was another thing the captains had in their mind. And Pollard's reach, I think Jadeja, he hit 2 sixes. Balls were wide outside Ostam, but his reach,
Yeah.
he took it to the fence. So yeah, it's all about, as you say, it's in the mind what to do at that moment when a batsman is in such great nick.
Really, I mean, okay, let's be honest. If you vary the pace, if you bowl a slow ball to Pollard, you're gone. He loves slow bowling, but I think he likes full tosses more.
Yeah.
Full toss and leg stump is money for jam. That's the worst delivery you can bowl to Pollard. The absolute worst. Rayudu, though, he impressed me. I think that was an important innings for CSK. They needed to see him do well because really, at that point of the match, they weren't going to win. They were going to fail.
Yeah.
The Rayudu picked them up. And even Jadeja realised that, backpedaled a bit, run a ball as opposed to go for himself. He knew they're very clever. I mean, really, your Jadejas, your Dhonis, your Pollards, you need them in your side. You need level, intelligent heads. Sam Curran, he's very young. He's able to handle it as well, although he's a little bit brittle, a little bit mentally not as perfect. But he's to me another valuable player. We've got these two teams have got great players. I actually get annoyed when I see Plessis, but I hate his batting. I've seen him bat in Australia where he blocked the whole day. Something about Plessis that on my grates me, but he continues to succeed as well. That's what I think about Plessis. When he has at the back, you don't expect him to hit runs more than run a ball. He's got this awkward batting style. It doesn't really suit the conditions. Oh boy, what a game! Delhi and RCB better watch out. Even though I'm favouring those two teams more, and we do love seeing Rishabh Pant bat in these situations. Yeah. Rishabh Pant, remember the innings? What was it when Siraj bowled him recently and thwarted him? Even though he still got very close to winning, he didn't win. So
yeah, they lost by 1 run.
He hit fours, yes.
Yeah,
he didn't hit sixes, and he got caught on leg stump quite a bit too. Yeah, intriguing. Look, the last 2 games of the series, games 55 and 56, I think it is against the top 4 sides before they even get to the playoffs. From then on, we're going to see some really interesting matches. Really interesting matches. This is worthy of a final. This match. This was worthy of a final. Don't you reckon?
Yeah. Norman, just to add to your point, this was the 7th game for these 2 teams. That means you can say the first half is over. Now they get into the second half, or you call it the reverse games. Mumbai plays the next 4 games, all those who are bottom of the table. and then they come back to play the last three of the current top three. So the momentum Mumbai will get now, it's going to be very difficult to beat them, because they will look at getting those points now in the next 4 games.
Yeah, this was a watershed game for them. You're right.
Yeah.
All that tells me is the top four is not going to change.
Not going to change. You're right. After this game, yeah.
Yeah, practically it seems similar. Now all the bottom four teams, what they can do is to spoil the party of the top four and change their positions up to who will stay number one and two and who will stay number three and four. But yeah, practically to be practical, I am a KKR supporter, but yeah, to be practical, the top four is decided.
Well, KKR need to watch what Sunrise Hyderabad did today when they sacked.
Yeah.
When they sacked Warner.
Yeah,
Warner didn't come out and say, guys, I realize I'm not playing well. I'm not going to captain. No. SRH said, Warner, you're no longer captain. And if you don't get your act together, you're no longer in the side. Because if you read the media statement very carefully, there was
both
no
on and off the
mention,
field.
there was no mention of Warner misses out or whatever. Warner's been dropped. And if he doesn't get his act together, he's out altogether. That's two sentences they could have written. We're dumping Warner because he insulted our team 3 times at tosses, if not 4 times. He insulted the selectors. He insulted the 4 players that he didn't tell their names. What the hell is a man captain of a team if he hasn't got the decency to name the 4 changes in the side and to say, oh, go look at the scorecard or the team sheet? You know what? I reckon Simon Kaddish, knowing Simon Kaddish the way he wasn't Simon Kaddish. Who's the guy? Who's SRH's? It is, let me get through it. So who's got SRH? It is, in fact, who's the coach of SRH? I'm trying to think.
There's VVS Lakshman, there's Muralidharan,
and there's Tom Moody.
Trevor Bayliss.
Trevor Bayliss. He's ahead. He's ahead. Yeah.
Trevor Bayliss would have said, you're sacked. And if you don't get your act together, you're not playing. Trevor Bayliss is a no-nonsense guy, I tell you. Moody would not have had the strength to say that. Luxman probably wouldn't have either. But I'll tell you what, it's too late for them. Maybe they might win a few games towards the end, but it's too late. Like they don't deserve to. They're on 2 points. They're 8 points from the top 4. They've got to win every single match. Every single match. And one of the top 4 sides got to lose a heap of matches. I can't see that happening. SRH are gone. It's too late. Sorry.
The top 4, the speciality in top 4 is that all those top 4 teams are producing different match winners on different matches. So they are not relying on that one person. So it's a complete team effort which has resulted in them being in the top 4.
But I must say, the 3 of the 4 captains in the top 4, okay? Kohli, Sharma, Dhoni, those 3 have done nothing this tournament in terms of their batting. Punt has already played some good innings, and you know what? I know they're great captains and they're cool, calm, collected, but that could be the reason why Delhi Capitals wins this. If Kohli, Dhoni, and the likes of Sharma don't get the big 90 to 100 in this tournament, and Punt does, that could be the difference. No matter whether you got Pollard or whatever, we need to see those other guys who are the captains of the team fire. And I would like, this is just my prediction, I would like all 3 of those guys to open at some stage, which 2 do. 2 of them do it. Dhoni doesn't. But, imagine Dhoni coming out in the final and opening batting. Even though he's 95 in the shade, he would still be real scared of anyone, wouldn't he? Because he could come out there. But to get my point, though, those 3 batters have not done anything notable batting-wise at all yet. Great captains, but they haven't done anything batting-wise. It's interesting. Yeah. They're 3 very experienced heads and Punt's the young guard.
if you know your history, that young gun usually comes through to make a mark on cricket, which Punter's done for the last 12 months, hasn't he? That could be. I still believe. Mark my words. Remember the name, not Carlos Braithwaite, but Rishabh Pant. Okay.
Well, it has been a year for Rishabh Pant. The victory in Australia and the kind of super form he is in, be it Test matches, be it T20, and now be it leading his side, IPL side Delhi Capitals to such great victories and creating a atmosphere, such a sporting atmosphere in the team, which is very much required, positive atmosphere. So
Yeah.
yeah, this could be the year for Delhi Capitals. I feel it too.
I know I shouldn't say this. I probably shouldn't say it, but there's no way these top four sides are not in the top four. I can't say. Even Punjab Kings will need Chris Gale to score big every match from now on. He's capable of it, but he needs to open it to do that for one.
Yeah.
And he needs to open in Milan to be in Punjab Kings side.
In place of Puran. Yeah, in place of Puran.
That's the difference that Punjab Kings have got if they're going to have any hope of doing this. SRH, it doesn't matter. Even Warner at his best. Warner, in terms of finishing, he wouldn't have handled us too well. I reckon he wouldn't have been. I wouldn't be so certain of him scoring 16 in his last over. But Dave Warner's, I love Trevor Bales. I know him really well. He would have said, "Right, guys, enough's enough. You're sacked." And Warner would have probably spat his dummy, thrown his bat in the corner, and walked off. But put money on the fact that there is huge dissension between Williamson, Warner, and Bairstow. I think I told you earlier. I think, Naresh, remember when I told you about the dugouts and the dynamics?
Yeah.
Because what I've said all year is the pathetic social media platform for all the 8 teams is glossy, heartfelt. Let's have a cake. Let's play pinball machines. Let's dance, which is complete crap. The Sunrise Hyderabad dressing room is not doing that. The bench shows that. When Warner's in the corner brooding and grumbling, and you've got 100 miles away Williamson and Bairstow whispering in each other's ear, is that a good look for a TV? No.
No.
And Owen Morgan sitting there in the dugout, not saying a word to anybody, and no one's saying anything to him. But you see Coley and Dan Christian making eye contact like their girlfriend-boyfriend.
Well, yeah, Owen Morgan has been pretty disappointing with his captaincy as well as his batting. He has not done justice to both of them and the team as a whole too.
But it's the team dynamics. It's Brendan McCullum and Owen Morgan. There's dissension. If you want to have a proper post-series video, let's see all the video and let's edit all the video of Owen Morgan talking to McCullum in dressing rooms. I'd like to see that. I'd like to see all the discussions Warner's had with Williamson and the coaching staff and Bairstow. I'd like to see that. I'll put money on the fact Bairstow's personal life is ridiculed by Warner. I'll tell you now, Warner's disgusting. Okay, I won't go into the detail, but Warner doesn't tolerate people that are not in his ideal normal. Okay, if they've got preferences about their personal life that Warner doesn't like, he'd be telling them. Warner's a bit of a pig, I'm sorry, and he's showing it. 3 games. I'm going to keep talking about this because the audience needs to hear this. We don't need some glossy SRH video talking about how wonderful they all are and how great. Of course, when you got Williamson and Warner next to each other, they look like best buddies. But if you look at the photo very carefully, Warner's animated and Williamson's straight-faced. In other words, Williamson is tolerating that photograph, not enjoying that photograph. Warner does not control his emotions. He's an idiot, quite frankly. Who wants someone to captain his side if you're going to bag your own players and bag your selectors on air? Rubbish. No. Any of you IPL team managers or owners, take note of this video what I'm talking about here. If you put Warner in your team, you got rocks on. I don't care if he won the 2016 IPL. That was great, yes. But since then he's been a schmozzle, hasn't he?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think 2018 he wasn't there. Williamson led till the final. And to be fair, they had the option in Williamson. I mean, someone who's leading the international side in all the three formats, which whereas KKR is currently not having an option, and this is first year for Morgan. So yeah, both teams going through those tough times on man management on and who should the team look up to? That's very important because this impacts the rest of the team. Who's going to be the leader. So there has to be a lot of uh, talk with the entire group together because it's just halfway stage. Anything can happen. A team can go on to win the next seven, and as Nikhil said, they can spoil the party for someone else. So it's
yeah,
never the end
and
of the road. Yeah.
yeah, and let me state a fact. In 2014, KKR were in a similar position where they won just two out of the first seven games, and then they went on to win all of the games, and they won the title, which seems pretty unrealistic now because of the team we have. And we have seen Morgan. He used to saying on the toss that we are playing our best 11. They certainly are not playing their best 11, because if you play your best 11, you are bound not to lose like this.
My selection changes for SRH. Warner dropped not just from captaincy, from the team. Jason Holder is to go
Jason,
into that team.
Jason
Then you
Holder.
got to win.
Okay.
Jason
Okay,
Roy can
You're
be
not
an option as well.
of course,
Jason Roy and West. Yeah.
of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
Let me read the press release for you. Let me just read
Okay.
this, okay?
Yeah.
Listen, Sunrisers Hyderabad would like to announce that Kane Williamson will be taking over the captaincy for tomorrow's match and for the remainder of the IPL 2021. No mention of Warner. They're just telling you who's in. Blunt. Second paragraph. The team management has also made the decision that they will be changing their overseas combination for tomorrow's match against Rajasthan Royals. Ooh. Warner's name's not mentioned anywhere at this stage. What does that say? This decision has not come lightly, as the management respects the enormous impact of Dave Warner. Consolation discussion has had for the franchise over a number of years. So when you sack someone to make them feel they're there, you're okay, you say rubbish like that. They're saying, we thank you for the enormous impact over the last many years. That's tokenism, okay? As we face the remainder of the season, we are sure David will continue to help us strive for success both on and off the field. That is an enormous paragraph of thanks, David. You've done well for us, but not in the future. It's almost a farewell speech.
Yeah.
It says a lot in that paragraph. There's no Dave Warner coming out and saying, well, guys, I realise that I need to move on and Williamson's going to captain. None of that. It was the atypical thing you write when you want to cover up a person you've sacked. I mean, really, I just don't know about that second paragraph. It's telling me they're going to make changes for the next match with overseas players. What does that mean? They're going to have to drop somebody from the team.
Yeah.
In fact,
Indirectly hinting to Warner.
I actually now, when I read that again and again, it's telling me that Warner's dropped from the team. And Warner's probably spinning his dummy at the moment, completely. And he'd be really ticked off that he can't go to Australia because he'll be fined $66,000 and a 5-year jail sentence. Anyway, Sorry, I'm being damning, but it has to be said. It has to be said. The man's been given another chance after Sandgate, and he's blown it again. I'm sorry. All right. I'm off my soapbox now. From this match, Mumbai Indians now starts to firm as, well, equal favourites, you could argue, from this, even though they're 2 points behind the other three. Teams are going to be scared of Mumbai Indians. If they went 3 in a row, they are the best club team in the world, for sure. Nikhil.
Yeah. The problem for Mumbai Indians this year until this match was their middle order wasn't clicking properly. but they have solved their problem in this match, and this team, makes others worry because this team is then ticking in all the departments.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well,
Yeah.
look, I still maintain the only team that's going to win this over Mumbai is Pants and DC. Yes, Naresh.
Yeah, so this particular ground venue now, Delhi, they have won 2 out of 2. They're going to play 2 more games here, and then they
Yeah,
move to Bangalore, which is also a small ground with a very good batting track.
yeah,
So
yeah.
very difficult now to stop Mumbai from here on. It is very
And
difficult to stop them.
after Bangalore, they moved to Kolkata as well, which is also a complete
Yeah,
run fest.
Eden Gardens. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
But hang on, but there's one. Okay, all right. That allows them to make the playoffs. Okay, let's just remember that.
yeah.
Then you clean the slate and start again. Okay, and then we have what pitch? Ahmedabad. That's
yeah,
where they'll be leveled. Mumbai will
Yes.
lose some momentum in that they will not have the same dominance on that wicket. So
The
that's
playoff.
where
Yeah,
we see a different kettle of fish. That's where it really, really heats up. And then other teams that are in those four will come to their own. So Mumbai Indians will get momentum. Yes, we know that. And they may even be clear leaders on the table at the end. I get that. But then there is a distinct clean slate that will occur at Ahmedabad.
and yes.
So we can't say that momentum will continue all the way to the final this year because Ahmedabad will change that. Unless they throw a batting pitch out of the square. Maybe that's their only hope,
yeah,
which I don't
Yeah,
think they will.
and that is where Delhi and Bangalore, who have played couple of games there, would have that little bit of, you
edge.
can call the familiarization of the Ahmedabad wickets. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the benefit. Yeah.
So Mumbai are not playing on Ahmedabad in their last series of
And
matches.
no, until playoff, no.
Intriguing.
Yeah.
Someone's been playing with that schedule there, I reckon. Someone's been playing with that schedule. I'd like to know who made that decision. Was it a blind hand in jar thing, or did someone go, yeah, Mumbai? No. I'm sus about that. I'm sorry. I'm sus. You understand when you say I'm sus, it means I'm suspicious. Okay. Some very Aussie slang there for you. All right. I mean, look, Gaikwad didn't perform today. He batted so well the previous time when he batted. So that was
He didn't click.
that was probably a bit of a problem. And then you look at Quinton de Kock and Rohit Sharma. They started pretty well.
yeah,
Yeah, 70 plus. They got 70 plus. Yeah, yeah.
But Rohit Sharma, come on, let's see him get 100. Come on.
Yeah.
We talk about box office. I saw a video compilation of his pull shots and hook shots. Oh my God.
Just amazing.
He's
Just amazing.
the best puller and hooker in the game. There's no doubt about that. Yes.
yeah. He's a treat to watch. I witnessed his 264 at Eden Gardens live, and yeah, I mean, it was something out of this world. Best ODI innings I've seen till date in my life.
But he is a bit lazy. Come on, he is a
Yeah,
bit
yeah.
lazy.
That is why he compensates it by hitting sixes and boundaries.
But see, I'm a lazy batter too. I don't like running. To me, my favourite batsman of all time really is Inzamam Ul Haq. He looked like, I don't want to run.
Yeah.
I'm just getting sixes
Yeah.
and fours. Why run? Even though
Yeah,
obviously the likes of even Dhoni. Dhoni's not unfit, but he's a bit lazy when it comes to
Dhoni
running
runs.
as well. Huh?
No, Dhoni runs. If you
yeah.
see
He
Virat and
doesn't.
Dhoni together, they run very well. Yeah.
No, I know, but I think Dhoni would be quite happy not running, though. Let's be honest.
No, yeah.
He doesn't run. He doesn't run when he sees there is a less probability, of the other batter to reach the end. Otherwise, if there is a slight hint that 2 runs are available, he will take those 2 runs without any doubt.
Yeah, I mean, look, if the two teams, Punjab Kings and I'll say SRH, if they have any chance of getting through, I can't see KKR or Rajasthan Royals having any hope. SRH, if Warner hits, 600s, maybe. If Gale hits 600s, maybe. Those two can do it. Let's be honest, they could do it. But yeah, I think it's conclusive what's going to happen in this match. All right. Where to from here? We've got a double header tomorrow night, haven't we? Anything else you want to say about these two teams? Superb match. Worth its weight in gold. The moment, I mean, I just love that Pollard hits a ball to the field. No, we've got two more balls. Anyone else would have panicked and run two, wouldn't they? Or try to run two.
True.
No one in the right mind would have two dot balls, which they could have run on in the last over. No one. All right. Any last thoughts about these two? Pretty much the best game. This is the best game of the tournament.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The best game, the two best teams in IPL, one with 5 trophies, one with 3 trophies. And this is where IPL is the best around the world.
100%. That you rarely see these type of innings in Australia. You don't see them. Again, the man that can do it is Chris Lynn. Chris Lynn. Oh, boy. I mean, he hit a 6 at the Gabba. He hit the roof. And hit the roof.
Wow.
Not just the front of the roof, the back of the roof. It was just and anyway, it was like a machine. Boom, boom, and it went. The whole crowd went, holy smoke. Our jaws dropped because it was like a tracer bullet. The ball went straight up and far. Oh, scary side of the
Yeah, and you have big grounds in Australia. You know, you will not see 36s in a game. You know, you will not see 30 of them. Yeah.
No. See, this is where I'm at. This is okay. This is why IPL is the best tournament in the world by far. But what annoys me was when teams buy players and sit them on the bench for the entire season, like Milan.
Oh yes.
Even Chris Lynn. Yeah. That disgusts me. They need to, in the trade window, the management of the overall IPL should say, right, Lynn's played 1 game out of 7, he's out of your team. Milan's played none, he's out of your team. No choice. You can't give us any excuses. You may need him towards the end. No, he's out. He's box office. He's got a team which can show him. You can't buy him.
Yeah, so Norman, they have this like how you have in football the mid-season trading, where minimum or rather less than one game or less, you can trade those players. You know, like Rajasthan Royal did approach to get in a couple of players back, which they had traded in the auction and have not played yet.
But it's an option. It's not mandatory, is it?
It's not mandatory. You know, it is between the franchisees to do that. A franchisee has a right to refuse.
Well, I don't think he has a right to refuse. I don't think he's got a right to refuse. If you can't play one of the best players in the world in the first 7 matches, if he's fit, then you lose him.
Yeah, you made a very valid point that the players who are sitting on the benches of the franchisee, they can, be potential match winners for other teams. And they are not getting any chance to prove themselves as well. They are proven in international cricket and everywhere. So yeah, they should get game time as well.
Even Williamson and Smith, to an extent, have been kind of underutilized so far.
Underutilized, yeah.
Williamson is saying was injured. You know what? I don't think they're telling us the truth. I reckon
that is not the truth.
I reckon there was some dissension going on there. I reckon Warner would have had Bayliss, Moody, and Laxman arguing left, right, and centre about who should be in the team. Because I think Warner has felt threatened since Williamson's played for SRH. I reckon in the back rooms, they're not getting along.
Yeah, and what another annoying decision was to drop Manish Pandey. Yeah, they were saying that there was an issue of a lower strike rate, but in the first match he scored a good 66 or 41, and in the next match he dipped, but then he was dropped for 2 matches. I didn't know the reason behind that.
Every team's got political issues. Politics play a role. We know that. Yeah. They do. But Delhi Capitals with Ricky Ponting at the helm, he's extremely inclusive. Extremely inclusive. Mahela Jayawardene is inclusive. Okay? Trevor Bales is a very good coach, but he's got all these chiefs amongst him. Too many.
Yeah, Trevor Bayliss led KKR to victory in 2014.
The man who has got rid of Warner was Bayliss. He may have tried to do that the games before. It may have been the management of SRH which keep holding on to him because he won 16, right? So they would have. They're not going to. And granted, they can't forget that, right? That Warner would go straight to the management and go, "Remember 2016? I'm not going anywhere. I want to be captain." Bully, bully, bully. Street dog, bully, right? He intimidates everybody except for Bales.
Yeah, well, as you said, for Delhi Capitals, the inclusion of Ricky Ponting has been
Huge.
has been a very huge boost for them. And one of the policies which they used to do is that they did not, kept they did not keep the root of the team together. They always believed in chop and change, whereas since 2018 they have tried to keep the core of the team intact, and that is a big reason which has resulted in their success throughout the years, and they are becoming the favorites of the playoffs every season.
Again, you go back to the four coaches. Simon Kaddish, absolutely magnificent. The most intelligent man in cricket I've ever met, the most decent man, the most fair man, and inspirational man. That's why RCB are going a lot better too, don't you worry. He would have made sure that with Christian in the side, he knew what he was doing. Fleming and Dhoni work very well together. They're very good partnership.
They work very well, yeah.
They work together. Fleming takes a back step and allows Dhoni to take charge, but knows when to come in. Bayless is really good. Unfortunately, he's got a bunch of people around him that have stuffed him. I'm not talking about Luxman so much. I think more Moody. Moody's a bit headstrong and would have been, and Bayless and Moody would have, there was a mistake with those two, I reckon. Pretty sure. I mean, they may have come together now, but Bayless would said, Warner, we're sacking you, mate. Warner would have been very upset in that dressing room. Very upset. He would have thrown his bat in the corner and would have stormed out. That's the video I want to see on the SRH social media. Can you provide it, guys? No. Actually, that's the downfall of these teams having their own media machines, showing dressing rooms and cakes. Well, okay, they're making it. They're very successful, huge followings, but that's too biased for my liking. Anyway, all right, guys, done well today. Great game to watch. The three ends.
Yeah.
Three ends, yeah.
Barrett, Armin, Norman. This is the three ends. I'm going to take a photo, guys. Now, look up. I love my photos of the three of us. Smile. Isn't it funny? I could do it anyway. All right, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you. This is Norman Koshnik.
Thank you, Norman.
Thank you to narration, Nikhil.
Thank you, Norman. Thank you, Narish.
We'll see each other soon again. This is Norman Koshnik for extra time, of course. And we'll say goodbye with my 11 circle finishing us off. All the best, guys. Hi, guys. Are you all excited for the Indian T20 League 2021? Well, I am, and I have come across the great fantasy sports app called My 11 Circle, where you can use your cricket knowledge and skills to win in crores. The really unique feature about it is that what you can actually literally play with champions like Dada, Rahane, VVS Laxman on this app. Also, please hold your breath, because not only My 11 Circle have all these legendary cricketers on their app, they recently got the kings of energy and awesomeness on board. Ranveer Singh. Yeah, you heard it, that right. Ranveer Singh is on My 11 Circle. Download the app now.